Hey everyone, it's Sammy from Sammy's Sweet Life, and before we get this video going, I took off my fake nails, my fakies, and so my nails are just shredded at this point. I do hope to grow them out and start painting them again with the gel, but right now they need a break. They look really nasty, and so no judgment please. But anyway, I want to just show this to you guys. I've been getting really interested in planners again, and so I picked up this Leuchtturm. I looked up the pronunciation for that, and so hopefully I pronounced that somewhat decent. I ended up getting this to do some bullet journaling and some planner decorating. I've recently purchased some planners to review for you guys and to try out, and they're just not exactly right, and they don't have room for extra things, and so I don't know if I'm going to use this in combination with one of those planners. Probably I will do some sort of combination thing, and so I wanted to have this to use with my planner stamps. I've got a whole drawer of different planner things, and you can see here it said, how do you pronounce Leuchtturm? I ended up looking it up on YouTube, so it's showing me my last thing that I did on my Apple Watch there. I just looked it up on my phone really quick, but I wanted to just walk through this and show it to you guys. I really thought about just getting kind of an off-brand one from Amazon. There's one I really liked that was like $7 versus this one, which was $24.95. I did get this at Barnes & Noble, and we're Barnes & Noble members, so it took off 10%, which ended up being like $2.50. So it ended up being about $22, $23, but it's still really pricey. And I decided to go ahead and get this one versus the one on Amazon because this one was a little bit wider than the one on Amazon, and also it had 3 bookmarks where it says 3 page markers. It is numbered pages versus the other one wasn't, and I think this one has 240 pages. Yeah, 240 numbered pages. And so I ended up getting this one over that just for those couple of different things. I've heard really good things about the Amazon one, so I may get that one and see, you know, how it holds up versus this one. And I just thought this would be a really good thing for doing some bullet journaling. I probably won't use this as like a weekly planner. I'll use my other ones as my weekly planner, but this will be more for project planning and ideas and brainstormings and video ideas and things like that. There are just some things that are better written down, and I do want to do more of like the creative elements to the bullet journaling because I really like that DIY aspect of it. I do actually use my iPhone with Google Keep to keep track of like video notes and stuff, but I just think there's something to be said about writing it down and having it in a notebook, especially one this beautiful. So here it is. I'm really excited to dive in. I've already kind of looked at it, but I went ahead and took off the elastic. Now I've heard that their elastics are really nice and stable. Mine seems a little loosey-goosey, but I think it'll still, you know, be strong. It does snap back nicely. And so we'll go ahead and take off the paper and walk through it a little bit. It does have some information about the company and the brand that I'm not really concerned with right now. One reason I thought about getting something different from this is I actually don't like that it says bullet journal on the front. I just don't really love that, and the one online had a really pretty fake leather look where this one's kind of just a flat, no real texture to that aside from the debossed bullet journal title there, which I don't particularly love. And so walking through, it does tell you the key here. So you've got task, completed, migrated, scheduled, note, event, irrelevant, priority signifier, and then you've got your grid dot. You can make your own different things on the key here. Here's a place to put your name and your contact info in case you ever lose it. And then it has tips for getting started, and then it gives you pages for the index. So it says your future log is page 1 through 4. Instructions are on page 241 to 248. And so it gives you quite a few pages here for the index. And then it gives you the future log pages already documented for you. And then it starts for the blank pages, however you want to set these up, for page number 5. And so I know people do like a month at a glance, they do weekly pages and all that stuff. I probably won't do a whole lot of that. It's just more for, you know, keeping track of ideas and projects and keeping myself organized a little bit. So all the pages in here are dot grid, and it is a very light ivory colored paper. So I've got this inkwell press thing. So this is a pure white paper next to the ivory color. It's not a really dark ivory or yellow. It's just a very light hint of ivory. And also I noticed that the pages are very, very thin. It is supposed to be bleed and ghost proof. It says ink proof paper. That's what it says. And online, when I was looking at various reviews, it does say you do get ghosting on this paper, but you don't get bleed through. But it's very, very thin paper. That was one of my hesitations. The one online that was $7, like the knockoff one, said the paper was a lot thicker, but it only had like 120 pages versus this one has the 240. So anyway, there's the comparison between white paper and the ivory. I do also like the rounded corners of this book, and it's also just already numbered. I think that's great. I just love the numbers on there. And so let's go to the back here. So you get 240 pages, and then in the back it really talks about, you know, the bullet journaling the right way. And then it has the labels, and this is something I'm not sure I'm super excited about, but some people really like these labels. You can archive your book when you're done with it. I'm not one to really keep my old planners, so I don't know if I would keep this once it's complete unless there's something really special and important inside. So it gives you the labels for the binding, as well as you can put one on the front or in the inside of it so that you can, you know, keep track of it and archive it and have it labeled. So I will put these in the back of it in case I decide to archive it and keep it. There, I figured out how to stick it in there. So there is my pocket. That's nice to just have some things in there. I'll just stick these in there for now as well. And so as far as page markers goes, it's got 3, which I thought was awesome. That's one of the reasons I got this one. So you've got like a slate gray, almost black one, a teal one that matches the book, and then a white one. So these are a little bit thick, and I can see they're already kind of creased here and there, but they'll flatten out as you use them and wear them out. So one thing I notice is even if you pull them all tight, they're not exactly even. They are sealed at the end, so they shouldn't fray too badly. Probably over time they may, but you can just use a lighter and burnish the ends a little bit. And so anyway, I think that's all for my initial impressions of this. I have never bullet journaled, but I've seen a lot of bullet journaling videos and watched a ton about it, and I'm kind of getting sucked into it, so I really like the idea. You can completely customize it. I do want to work on brush lettering, and I am a lefty, so I know brush lettering can be a little bit tricky for lefties, so it's something I will really have to work hard at. I have horrible handwriting. I was thinking I might also incorporate in some print and cut with my Cameo, so I could do some like really pretty fonts and stuff that I can't actually like freehand. I can just do the cheater version where I print and cut my own, you know, die cuts and titles and stuff. So I just thought I would play around with this. I do have tons of planner related stamps that I can use in here. I do have tons of planner related stamps, and I saw some from Sweet Stamp Shop recently that I thought would be awesome. And so I may end up getting some of those as well, but these are really fun for planner decorating, and so I'm excited to do some ink testing with pen ink and also with some stamp ink and see what kind of inks I can use in this book. And so I'm really excited to get a little bit more creative in my planning, hopefully using this and a combination of the other planners, and get back into doing some plan with me style things. I do have a planner playlist I will link in the description box for you guys as well. I will link to this one for you guys. If you are a bullet journaler, let me know your favorite bullet journaling channels. I'm really starting to get into looking at the channels and stuff, and so I'd love your recommendations for who you guys watch for inspiration. Definitely don't have the creative elements of like the freehand doodles and the brush lettering, but I really like watching those. I find them really mesmerizing, and so mine's going to be more of the cheater way, making my own print and cut things and then using stamps. I think that's it for today, so I hope you enjoyed it. Give me a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.